So, today we are going to talk about joy, and I am really excited about this. Welcome to the podcast. My name is Mackenzie Quintana. I'm here to share all the good things with you that I have learned that have helped me have a better life, have a more joy-filled life. So, it was about time that we had an episode about joy. I've been pondering a lot on joy over the last few weeks and, well, honestly, months and years, if I'm honest. It keeps popping up, this idea of joy, and I keep having really good thoughts about it and insights about it. And so today I wanted to share that with you. The last couple weeks, though, well, I shared, maybe I did share a little bit about this in my podcast last episode, about kind of what started back up these conversations and these thoughts about joy recently was a lesson that I shared in my church congregation. And the lesson was on how, like, God is constantly pursuing us. Remember, I say God and I mean they, meaning Heavenly Father and Heavenly Mother, and I'm still practicing getting into that habit. But I do believe that God doesn't work alone. I do believe that Heavenly Father and Heavenly Mother work together hand in hand always. So I believe that God is them working together. So when I say God, I mean they. So I believe that they are constantly, well, it's from this idea was from a talk that was given in a worldwide, like, conference for my church, and it was the speakers said that God is in constant pursuit of us. And I'm trying to decide how much of a tangent I want to take here. You know how I love my tangents. No, let's stay on topic today. Okay, so like part of that was then like, well, why is he in pursuit of us? And the thought that came to me when I was pondering this is because of joy. I said he again, I meant they. They want us to experience joy. And I think there's many reasons why they want us to experience joy. One of them is because then they feel joy. If you are a parent, you know the joy that comes from seeing joy in your children, right? Like it's I would say probably like an even more fulfilling joy than experiencing joy yourself, almost. Maybe not, I don't know. But so I think that's definitely, they want what's best for us, and they want us to feel joy. And when we do feel joy, that brings them joy as well, which then, like, the joy just becomes this endless ripple effect. Like, they feel joy, so then they want to bless us more, and so then we feel more joy and we want to bless others more, right? Like, think about the person that you are when you are experiencing joy. Think about how your body feels. Think about, like, the radiance that you have when you are experiencing joy. Think about, like, the thoughts that you have, and I think for most of us, when we feel joy, like, we want to do things that are going to bring us more joy, and we want others to feel that joy too. And so, like, it really does become this ripple effect. And even if it's not like an intentional action of like, I feel happy, I feel joy, and so I want to help others feel joy too, you, just by feeling joy, just by feeling that emotion, you are blessing those around you, because they get to, like, I think of joy as our feelings kind of have this, like, wave about them, like this, like, well, energy, like our feelings are energy, and it radiates outside of us. And so, like, you feel it, right? When you're around someone and they're grumpy and they're irritated, like, you feel that from them, you feel that energy, and it affects you. And so the same thing is true for when someone is filled with joy, like, it radiates outside of them and you feel it too. And so, like, the more joy that the Heavenly Father and Heavenly Mother can help us feel, the more joy that just, like, spreads throughout the world. Like it just becomes this great big ripple effect of beauty and wonder, and it's just so good. So I don't know, I just love that idea of just like joy being this like cyclical, like ongoing ripple effect for everyone involved, right? So then I was having another conversation with a friend, and we were talking about, I don't remember what we were talking about, but she pointed out that she had seen a video where she didn't mention, but the video that she watched, this person said that joy is one of the most scariest feelings for people to experience. People are afraid to feel joy because they're afraid to lose the feeling of joy. They're afraid to not feel joy, right? Like it's almost like, well, if I you don't want to know how good something is if you can't keep it, type of thing. Like you don't want to go and play with the puppies knowing that you can't have a puppy. Like, so joy, I guess for a lot of people is similar, where they're afraid to experience joy because they feel like it's fleeting. And she mentioned, my friend mentioned, like, in the circle of coaching and mentoring and mindset, a lot of times we hear the phrase get comfortable being uncomfortable. And I just had a gnat fly up my nose. And like, I get where that phrase comes from, is like, you need to get comfortable stepping outside your comfort zone and doing things that are hard and uncomfortable, and there's growth in that, and yes, and that's true. But we both agreed that maybe what could be an even better thing, is a better phrase, is to get comfortable feeling joy. We as a society, individually, which then as a society, need to get comfortable feeling joy. Because here's the thing, here's what I've learned over the last few years as I have pondered joy and looked for joy, is that joy is always there. There is nothing fleeting about joy. What's fleeting is us. It's our dedication and our ability and our desire to see the joy. That is what is fleeting. The joy is always there. There is always things, experiences to be had, things to be noticed that can bring us joy. But it takes intention, and sometimes it takes a little bit of work. Like when you've had a hard day and it's like just one of those days, like it's not the easiest thing to feel joy. I will admit it. I will be the first to say that. Like it is not always easy to find joy when you're having, hard trials, or you're going through something that is really devastating, or, experiencing a lot of disappointment or whatever. Like joy feels like, yeah, right. Like that feels like such a far reach. There's no possible way that I could experience joy right now. But I promise you, from my own experience in life, which I can now say that I've experienced some pretty crappy things in my life, and joy is there. Joy is there to be had, to be seen, to be experienced. It is there always. But it takes effort on our part to invite it into our lives, to recognize it, to see it for what it is, and then to allow it to fill us. Right? I feel like a lot of times we touch it, and then it's like, oh, like I said, we're scared. We're scared to feel that joy. It's safe to feel joy. We went camping over the weekend, and I was sitting just staring at the campfire. The kids were off playing, and I had that thought come in, like, it's safe to feel joy. And I had the thought, I need to share this message. People need to know that it's safe to feel joy. It is safe to feel joy. You are safe when you are feeling joy. You don't have to worry about it falling, vanishing, and then you falling back into the pit of despair. that doesn't have to happen. You can let yourself be so filled with joy that tears come to your eyes, and it is safe for you to feel that way. It is safe for you to allow that feeling to permeate your whole being and to linger. It is safe for you to keep bringing it back. Because like I said, it's not always easy. A lot of times I'll be in a moment where I'm feeling joy and my kids will come in screaming and fighting at each other. And it's like, well, that's gone. Joy is gone. Like that just, it is really easy to just instantly get disconnected from it. And it can be, well, I wouldn't say as easy, but you can connect with it again. It is possible. It is your choice. Like, joy is on your terms. The amount of joy that you experience isn't some outside thing that happens to you. It's not some decision that's up to someone else. It is up to you. The amount of joy that you want to experience in your life. But it takes practice. It takes dedication. It takes deciding that you are going to see and experience joy. When you're feeling that way and the kids come in screaming and fighting, like, you're probably not going to feel joy in that moment, but you can pause and, address the situation and look for the joy even in that situation. Like, they're there. Your kids, like, yes, they're screaming and fighting, but they're there with you. They are safe. Do you know how many kids don't have that luxury of just being safe at home with their mom? There is joy in that. And like I said, I'm preaching to the choir here, okay? Like I'm not great at finding joy when my kids are fighting. Most of the time I resort to yelling at them. Like that is the reality right now, and it's something that I'm working on because I want to be familiar with joy. I want to be comfortable feeling joy. Another quick little note that I'm just to end with, a lot of times we have hard things that happen, and I know, we hear a lot about trials happen so that we can learn and grow. And I believe that that's true. And I believe that to some extent, we can only experience joy to the extent of the hardship that we've experienced. Does that make sense? Like if you think of like a scale, like you have a middle point, you have a line and you have a middle point, and like if you just go like -2 points with like something kind of hard happened, like you went that far into the darkness, we'll say, which isn't, maybe not very much. And so like then because you've only experienced that much hardship, you can't feel the balance of that. You can't recognize, maybe you can't recognize the level of joy beyond that extent of the level of hardship. Does that make sense? Like, and I'm still myself like trying to kind of wrap my head around understanding why that is or what that really means for us. But I part of me gets kind of caught up in this of like, well, crap, like I don't want to feel, like the worst part, like the absolute crappiest experiences that I can have so that I can have, these incredible experiences of joy. Like that doesn't seem like a great trade-off. And I don't think that that's necessarily like a requirement to joy. Again, I'm still like unraveling this, and maybe this is a conversation I need to have with more friends so that I can kind of get some more clarity on this. But I guess I'm just saying that as comfort, knowing that if you have experienced really hard times in your life, know that that just means that you have the ability to experience the complete opposite amount of joy. And what a beautiful thing that is, and what a relief that is. And maybe it's like compensation. Like, God's like, you know what? That was, I know that was hell for you. So I'm going to compensate that by letting you experience or allowing you to have the ability to experience that much joy. Again, I think we'll have another episode on this maybe once I've dived a little bit deeper and have some more clarity on this, but joy is there. I think my catchphrase from this, I was sharing this a little bit in my stories earlier today because I shared a reel about, it's safe to feel joy. And so then I was kind of talking about it a little bit in my stories on Instagram, and I said this and I was like, ooh, that's good. That's deep, Kenzie. Like that was good. That needs to be on a plaque somewhere. Like, but it's that, and I said it already, but joy isn't fleeting. We are. Joy isn't fleeting. Our dedication to experience joy and recognize joy is what is fleeting. It is up to you. You get to decide how much joy you want to experience in your life. And yes, it takes practice. I've said that. I will say that every single time that I share that. It is not always easy. However, it is possible. And it is worth it. And I hope that you will take the invitation to look for joy in your life and allow yourself to feel that joy and get comfortable feeling joy as much as you can. And the end. I hope you have a great day or week or whenever you're listening to this. Let's keep in touch. You know where to find me. I've said it before. You can head to my website, thegenuineginger.com, to see more about what I'm up to. Find me on social media. I kind of like to hang out at Instagram. I'm also on other platforms, so catch me there. I'd love to connect with you, and we will see you next week. Bye.